So we're just gonna get out here and knock people upside the head. Everything that you think is settled law can be done away with. This is the game they plan to play. The question that you got to ask yourself is, what are you individually going to do about it? Weekdays on 9:10 a.m. Superstation. Good morning, Metro Detroit. It's Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. How are you this morning? Time now is just past 6 o'clock in the morning. If you've got to be there by 7 o'clock, you've got about 58 minutes to get there. You're listening to 9:10 a.m. Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. So if you ever met someone, or you ever had somebody in your life that feigned that it was fake, that sort of concerned about you, I'm concerned about you, when really and truly they have an ulterior motive. They've got something up their sleeve, and they're using the I'm pretending to care about you as their way to try and carry out whatever it is they really want to accomplish in the first place. It's the way that I feel about members of Congress running around, hollering and screaming that the sky is falling and how horrible things are because of an app that goes on your smartphone and other portable devices called TikTok. Now, let me refresh your memory about something. 10 years ago, we didn't have a lot of apps on our phones. Well, 15 years ago, we didn't. 10 years ago, we had smartphones, and we started putting a lot of different apps on our phones. There were even some social media sites that we used to rely on and go to on a regular basis. The number of social media sites that we go to now has grown. The fact that many of us have gotten attached to those things and that we've got to check in on those sites every day. There are all sorts of studies about how many hours you're putting in on your phone and whether or not you're falling for the rabbit hole of, if I'm on here, once you're on the social media site, what they do to try and keep you on that particular site for a while so that they can actually advertise to you. Things have grown, but I think that many of you are sophisticated enough to know that this is all just a created app on your phone. It's not reality. It doesn't really run your life, or shouldn't run your life. And you're able to get along whether those things are there or not. As many of us have discovered over the last few years, if a particular one app or another one goes down, if Facebook or Instagram or Twitter goes down, life will still go on. The sun, in case you don't know this, look to the east shortly, will still rise in the morning. It still rises in the east. It still sets in the west, whether there's an app on your phone or not. So when you start to hear people running around hollering and screaming that the sky is falling, warning, 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 danger, Will Robinson, because of a particular app on your phone, you should probably be concerned, especially if they're the exact same people who can't or refuse to do anything about school shootings. And it doesn't matter whether the Democrats are in control of one or both houses, or the Republicans are in control of one or both houses. There are certain things that they just, no matter how dangerous they are to your life, those people refuse to do anything about. So when they get on a high horse and they want you to be fearful and scared about a particular app on your phone, you should probably ask yourself what's going on. Y'all know that when I get up early in the morning, I only get up with one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to talk to you and try and get you to think. So what I want you to do today is to think. I want you to give a little bit of thought as to why on earth right now, right in spring of 2023, is worrying about TikTok the most important order of the day. Important enough for members of Congress to go on all of the Sunday shows and for the president to be talking about it, and the members of the Justice Department, and everyone's going around saying, fear TikTok, fear TikTok, fear TikTok. when really and truly, whether there's a TikTok or not, it's not going to do anything at all about people that are on the street or homeless. It's not going to do anything at all to stop school shootings. It's not going to stop black folks from being harassed by the police. It's not going to pay African Americans the money that has been taken systemically out of our community for the last 50, 60, 70, 100 plus years. Fear and TikTok's not going to change any of those problems. But right now, they want you to fear TikTok. Now, let's talk about TikTok. Listen, 3 years ago, when coronavirus first hit our community or our country, it's the first time that I'd ever heard of TikTok. Well, maybe not the first time I'd heard of it. First time that I paid attention to it. By the time that I'd heard the phrase TikTok, my kids already had TikTok on their phones. They have, and being a much younger generation, they've always been a lot more advanced about apps and about what those apps do, about how to use them and things like that. I was a little late to the game about finding out and adding. Yes, I do have. TikTok is on my phone. TikTok was added to my phone by a then friend's daughter because she, at school, they were making TikTok videos, and she wanted me to be able to watch them. Actually, what they wanted is for you to go on to TikTok and to like the videos that they were making. And if you'll remember that when things got shut down and we were all told to stay home for 2 weeks, and then we quickly put an end to the spread of the virus. Yeah, we know how that worked out. We were told, listen, go home, watch Netflix, and make dance videos on TikTok. I've never made a dance video on TikTok. If you go to my page, and y'all know that on social media, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or even TikTok, everything that I share is under my name, Kerry Leon Jackson. If you go to my TikTok page, there's one short video, and it's been there probably about a little bit more than a year. So I had a TikTok page for well over about a year and a half before I actually put anything up. And the only thing that's on there now is there's a couple of videos on there now. Yeah, from a relationship that I had for the last several months. But that first video, my daughter added it from a day that we were sitting at a restaurant. She took a little, whatever it is, a 2-3 second clip of me sitting talking trash while we were at a restaurant, and made that into a little looping thing, a continuous loop, and that's my video. And I got to tell you, if you ask me to tell you how to upload a video, a brand new original video on my TikTok page right now, I'm not real sure I can tell you how to do it. You might, just for the record, there are two Kerry Leon Jacksons. Y'all know that the other one is my son. And so his TikTok page is full. My TikTok page, 1 or 2 videos, maybe 3 videos. I think it's only 2 or 3 videos on there. So I'm not as fearful of TikTok as the government wants you to be. They run around and they're telling you all sorts of horrible things, except they didn't tell you any of this stuff 3 years ago. When Donald Trump was president, he said, that there was some talk about whether he was going to take over TikTok or whether they were going to shut down TikTok. Y'all know how I feel about the stuff that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, so I didn't pay it any attention at that point in time. And apparently neither did most of the country. But now in 2023, they're holding congressional hearings. They're yelling and screaming and showing all sorts of outrage at the leader of TikTok, when every member of Congress, every member of the Senate has staff members who have TikTok on their own individual phones. So the hearings right now are centered around whether or not they're going to do 1 or 2 things. Because now, let's think about this. In a country that has 330 million Americans, at least 150 million Americans, it's more than a third, but it's less than just under half of the people in our country have TikTok on their phone. So if you look around the room, if you're in the room and there are 3 people in the room, probably 2 of those people have TikTok listed on TikTok on their phone. At least 1, probably 2. If there are 4 people in the room, well, let's go with it. There's 4 people in the room. Probably about 2 of them have TikTok on their phone. So now we've got to worry about, the government wants you to worry, the government and all of the mainstream media want you to worry about whether or not this is such a horrible thing. Oh my God, the Chinese are spying on you. They're spying on you. They're spying on you. Well, if your phone's like mine, it's got probably about 15, 20, maybe 40 different apps that are on it. Every one of those apps is spying on you. They know where you, all of your apps, whether you know this or not, and you should know this, they know where you're going. They know when you went. They know when you come back. You'll find out that your phone can tell you where your home is, and you've never bothered to tell your phone where your home is. Your phone can tell you all of the places that you visit on a regular basis, where you've been in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Trust me, if you ever commit a crime, you do know that the first thing they grab is your phone. They don't do it because they really are interested in your cat pictures that are on your phone. They do it because of the data that's embedded in your phone as to where you've been, who you've talked to, and if you've sent text messages that might be incriminating back and forth. Your phone tells a lot about you. Your phone travels with you every single day, and your phone is always going to be now, apparently, a source of a lot of information on you. That information has been available and you put it on there and you click those little things readily, giving all sorts of advertising companies, also sorts of retailers and things. You give them that all of that information on a regular basis, stuff that at least your government is not supposed to have on you, and they can't get it without a search warrant. You give that sort of, you give away freedom and you give away information every single day when you carry your phone with you. So, should you at all, or here's the real question, do you fear TikTok the way that the government wants you to fear it? Do you fear that, oh my God, they're going to have all of my information and they're going to spy on me? And if I ever bother to travel to Red China, then they're going to know everything there is to know about me. How many of you woke up this morning fearing what's going to happen the next time you get on a plane and go to China? Yeah, I didn't think so. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Question that I wanted to ask you this morning. How many of you are going through your lives right now fearing TikTok, worried about whether or not the government should shut it down and ban it and make you, force you to remove it from your phones? Or do you think that there's something else in play? 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Sarge, don't hang up. You're first when we come back on the other side of the break. 313-778-7600. Get on the phone. We'll be right back.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
My 38 is offering a great special that cannot be refused. Are you looking for a great deal on TV advertising? Are you searching for an avenue to get your business name out to the public? With My 38, we are offering a great special with 100 commercial ads for a great price. This offer is for a 30-day ad placement. Please contact Devin C. for more information at 248-357-4566 or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads. The all-new 910 Superstation is your number one source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Goodpods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside A Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
910 AM Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600 with a must-air within 30-day policy, and we will even produce the spots free. That's right, free. Call Devin C. now at 248-357-4566. That's 248-357-4566. Or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
The 910 AM live stream can now be seen on Apple TV, Roku, Chromecast, YouTube Red, iPhone, iPad, Android phone, Android tablet, Amazon Kindle Fire, any Windows phone. Watch us live at 910amsuperstation.com.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, the Urban Conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. Let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Sarge. Good morning, Sarge. How are you?
Hey, Kerry, I'm doing good this morning.
What's on your mind today?
I got a couple of things. First off, Sarge don't fear nobody, okay? If we worried about TikTok, we're holding all these meetings costing the taxpayers money. You know, we need to be worried about a lot of other things, like you said, homeless people, disabled veterans, and so forth. And here we're worried about some damn TikTok. Yeah, all it takes is a stroke of a pen and wipe them out. That guy made $50 billion last year on TikTok. You know, this is about money right now, I believe. I believe that the United States Congress, they said this guy made all this money. They want some of that
And
money.
they want some of it. Exactly.
Yeah, and the Chinese is getting their cut, trust me. A lot of that money is going to the Chinese Communist government.
It's going to the Communist Party. When you hear CCP, it's the Chinese Communist Party, and the money is going to the Chinese Communist Party. It's not going here. Exactly. So we've achieved what I needed to achieve this morning, which is I need y'all to think about exactly what the debate is about. Go ahead, Sarge.
Right. And, you know, and we're letting them, the Chinese, build battery plants in Michigan. How come Americans can't build a battery? How come Kerry Leon Jackson can't, you know, say, all right, I'll build a battery plant?
Hadn't thought about it. You're right.
You don't let a Chinese company.
Because they've got the money to do it, and they watch they invest their money and they buy the real estate. They can open their businesses anywhere they want, and we have Chinese money all throughout our economy.
They rip off the banks. These bank CEOs need to be taken out back and shot. You know, because all it is still the taxpayers' money. Then they said the bank went belly up. You know the bank can go belly up. They just stole so much money that that they had to flip it over. You know, and another last thing is, why are you letting your girlfriend Christina get on TV with her crazy ass talking about all the Republican Party stuff? That woman has got rabies, I think. She is crazy.
Sarge, that woman became the head of the Michigan Republican Party. A, not girlfriend, I barely know her. B, understand this. She has, just like Donald Trump used a wild and outrageous personality to become president, she knows exactly what she says and what she does. And again, pay attention. She has used her crazy, everything that she says and does crazy and throws bombs over here and there, have gone to get her all of the, they replaced me. I haven't been called to go and let it rip in 2.5, almost 3 years. They replaced me with her because she said everything that's all Donald Trump. and has used it to become head of the Michigan Republican Party. And as she told y'all last week, she don't really care about your opinions. She's going to sit out a tweet and she's going to double down behind it because it works. It's exactly the way that Donald Trump wound up becoming president. And he says all sorts of outrageous things. People love him for it, and they'll tell you, we love him because, oh my God, he speaks his mind. It works.
Look who joined the Republican Party down in Texas the other day. Kwame Kilpatrick.
Wait a minute, what?
Check it out.
What?
Kwame Kilpatrick joined the Republican Party the other day down from Texas.
What day? Wait a minute. I missed that. Come on now. That would have made all sorts of news right here in Detroit. Come on. He can owe Trump whatever he wants to owe him. I mean, the man let him out of prison, but I missed the story about whether or not he joined the party. I'll try and look it up when I get off the air today. All right, Sarge, let me knock out some more of these other callers. Have a good morning. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Grace. Good morning, young lady. How are you?
I am well, Mr. Jackson. I am well. And Christina, I actually thought she was more sane acting on her last interview on television with the brown turtleneck. She actually made a whole lot of sense, and she wasn't kind of, I don't know, off her medication. But I thought she spoke pretty good this time
you
around.
Remember, you paid attention to what color the woman's turtleneck was?
Well, yes, because she purposely held her cross out over the collar that stood maybe 5 inches high.
Wow.
And she purposely put her cross out. I thought that was ignorant. That's not the way you would do it. But yes. But yeah, I remember what I just wanted to know. But yeah, I thought she sounded okay. And what she was spilling out of her mouth wasn't so bad than prior times I've seen her. But she actually made sense to a lot of people that she connected with, because I'm not connected with her, and she made sense to me. So I'm going to say that.
Y'all hear this? Grace is considering it. She's going. Y'all just keep watch on Grace. We've got to make sure she don't go join the party. We just got to. We're gonna put her on Grace watch.
Absolutely not. That will not happen. I think she's crazy as a Betsy bug. But she did appear sane, like she's on her medication. Okay. I'm going to say this. I am not concerned about TikTok. No, and that's, thank you, Sarge. I don't fear anybody either. So I'm going to say this. I think the government is absolutely knowing something, and they're not telling us. I think that's what that on. And we should all be skeptical with all politicians, including me. I don't think that politicians come across very honest. I don't. And I've always said that. I have them in my family, and some of them are my relatives, and I didn't think they were honest after I heard them say whatever they say to get voted in. But it is what it is. TikTok, I don't fear it. Do I think something else is going on? Absolutely. Am I into TikTok? No. But I just don't think it is a big factor with us common folks. But the government knows something they're not telling us. Even though with the Area 51, we all speculated for a long time what was going on over there. And the government knows. Do we all know? No, still. And it's been, decades? We're speculating, but they know. So,
Grace, hold on a minute. Area 51?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute.
Yes, I do.
So, okay, I think I can follow you. You're saying that there have been other times that the government or members of the government, because the government is the people, but that certain people that have been elected and appointed have decided they're smarter and better than you are. So we're going to keep a secret that we're not going to tell you about it in the name of it's better if you don't know kind of thing. I follow you on that. I think that I agree with you in terms of the fact that whatever the dangers are of TikTok, that I think that we could cure a lot of the problems that we're having right now if, in fact, they stop keeping stuff secret and sitting there holding behind closed door meetings and told you, understand, TikTok is stealing all your banking information and they're turning it over to the banks. TikTok is taking, your address and they plan to use it against you in the future somehow when you go to vote. And whatever it is, that if there's something that they know they owe it to, it's their duty to tell, because they work for the American people, to tell the folks exactly
Correct.
what on earth is going on, why are you so fearful. I agree with you on that. Connecting TikTok with Area 51, maybe just because I personally am not that real. I don't go through my life worrying about whether or not there are people on any of the billions of other stars that are out there. There might be, there might not be. I don't care. It does not affect the amount of money I make every day, so I don't really give it any thought. But I see where you're going with it, that the government, that there are people who work for the government who think that they're better, smarter than the rest of us, and they keep secrets from us, and they shouldn't do that. I got you.
And that's the only way that I did the entwine with Area 51.
Okay.
Because they're conspiracy theories, but I don't think they're connected. But I was just making a reference to that they keep stuff from us. And it is what it is. And that's what the government does, because they think they are the keepers of everything. And we only need to know a portion. And you clearly know that. You're in politics. They only tell us so much. And then a lot of us figure it out because we smart. And others get pertinent information because they're related to them in some kind of way, or they sleeping with somebody and they kind of feel on the pillow what's going on. And, all of those particular things. But yeah, but people, quit posting everything. I mean, this whole food thing, if I go to the bathroom and my toes curl, all of these stupid stuff that people put out there. What is the point of it? Are you that bored that you need to be telling so many other people that you don't know what's going on in your household?
Grace, here's my real concern with your most recent statement. You don't have social media. Yeah. How the heck do you know what people are posting? Unless, of course, you really have social media and you're doing it under some sort of ghost page and you're not telling the actual truth about the fact that you've been watching social media.
No. Let me respond to that. My eyes are not closed. I see what's going on around me. I am truly 100%. I am not connected in that particular way of social media. Absolutely not. I have too much busy stuff in my life to do to actually put a portion of that in my life. And truly, I choose to do 9-10, but I do it majority of the times when I'm sitting at my desk or in the car. And so I kind of work it into my life because I can get my voice out there. And I love putting the stank in there for white folks. Yes, to cause them to be conscious about what I think about them, or a lot of people think about them.
Boy, now y'all see, y'all do know that Grace timed that statement to be right when we're going to break. Right when we're going to break.
To me. Thank you.
I got you. Have a good morning.
Thank you, 910.
313-778-7600. We got to take a very quick break. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've had no energy for months and months and months. I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials. And, you don't know if something's going to help you or not. But I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days to taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So
anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600. It's 313-778-7600. This morning, we're talking about the push to either take over or ban TikTok, an app that is now on the phones or the portable devices of over 150 million Americans. Again, to put that in sort of perspective, there are 338 million people in the country, and 150 million of them have TikTok on their devices. Every member of the House and the Senate in DC has staff members who have TikTok on their own personal devices. The Congress was not scaring you or warning you to not have TikTok on your phone 3 years ago, nor 2 years ago, nor even a year ago. But now they want you to believe that the sky is falling and that the absolute worst thing in the world is for you to have TikTok. Oh my God, how horrible it is. It's going to affect your life. Yeah, but tell me something more than that, because at this point, I'd rather members of Congress concentrate on our freeways, on fixing the roads, on taking care of the fact that police still stop and shoot Black people more than they do anyone else, on the fact that there needs to be reparations paid to members of the African-American community. There are a lot of things that I believe that we elect leaders to go to DC to worry about, and scaring me about one out of maybe 40 apps that can be on the phone, or hundreds of other apps that can be on the phone and that are on the phone. Just, I got to tell you, does not rise to the level of anything that I'm that worried about. So if in fact Congress is worrying about it, I think they're worrying about it for a reason other than what they're telling us. And I really wonder what that real reason is. Tell me what you think. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Fernando. Good morning, Fernando.
Yes, good morning, Kerry. Thank you for taking my call. And my personal feelings is that I feel the federal government is scared as to fearful of how much the Chinese government has incorporated itself in the economy of the United States. And for Congress to be questioning the CEO of TikTok, and they actually have the app on their phones, to me is just almost hilarious. So I really think that there's a fear of how TikTok has grown, and TikTok is just a microcosm of how far the Chinese have integrated into the economy of the United States. And I think what we should be spotlighting or greenlighting is the fact that the GDP or the national debt is over $55 billion a day in interest. So I think that's something that we should turn our attention to and realize that our economy is slowly but surely evaporating.
Listen, I agree with you. And I don't think that they are not telling us that, you know, it's a huge part of our economy. The one phrase that I heard all weekend over and over again, no matter which one of the channels you watch, is that TikTok is now the largest media platform in our entire country, period. Not the New York Times, not, any of the old venerable ways that we've always already gotten information, that for TikTok to have come out just a few years ago and to now be being used by well over 150 million Americans. Clearly, it's something that they should have been worried about a long time ago. And for them to wait until half of the country has TikTok on their devices, for them to say, "Oh my God, this is one thing." But here's the thing: your other point about how far the Chinese have embedded in our country. Listen, there's a reason that no leader, Democrat, Republican, or anybody else who's running for office is going to go out there and say we're severing ties with China. It's because I got to tell you personally, the Chinese own a lot of the real estate that you drive past every single day. The Chinese invest in our dollars on a regular basis. Nobody is going to just decide we're going to cut off China, because China has always been embedded in our economy. We can't separate the two. There's no way to separate them at this stage. It's not just the fact that many of the products that we use every day are made by those same Asian people over there. No, that government has been investing in our government for years, and they should spend a lot more time worrying about that. Or, hey, maybe buck up our own economy a little bit instead of going into debt, as you're talking about. Instead of us borrow. And for the record, pretty much every time we go out to borrow, guess who buys who are the ones that are buying and lending us money? It's those same Chinese. It's the exact same Chinese that you're sitting there talking about. You're all worried about them. So again, the picture's a lot bigger than one app on your phone. And the only thing that I want to make sure that everybody knows is don't fear it. Don't be panicking any of the other things. Just ask yourself, what is the real agenda here today? Okay.
I think that you're spot on, and to your point, I just feel that in the real sense there's a concern. But I was really shocked to find out that even the oil that we was buying from the Saudis, that the Chinese was financing that.
See, you'd be amazed if you actually take the time to find out. The Chinese are a lot more involved in your life than worrying about one particular app on your phone. Thanks for calling this morning, Fernando. Have a great day. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Let's go to the first Tim that was on, and then we'll take the second Tim. Good morning, Tim. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Hanging out, having fun. What's on your mind this morning?
Yeah, I think, regarding Trump, everybody wants him back because
everybody.
Well,
Pretty
much. I mean, after 2 years of Biden, Kerry, have you ever seen our country in such bad shape? At least in the 62 years I've been here, I don't sleep good at night. But anyways, regarding TikTok, they had the hearings last week. You mentioned nothing about them hearings. If you want to know about TikTok, just go to the hearings. You can bring it up on YouTube. The CEO of TikTok would not answer just simple questions. Like, here's one of them. Would you condemn the slavery of the Uyghur population in China? And he wouldn't do that. Can you give us 100% confidence that China cannot manipulate the data? Because the parent company is ByteDance, and that's based out of China, and it's run by the military and the Communist Party. He couldn't guarantee it 100%. Our FBI says in the Department of National Security, they say they can manipulate the information. Now, if we're going to ban TikTok, and here's what I say, right? Because I'm for free speech, okay? I don't think they should ban it. That's my personal opinion. But if they're going to ban TikTok, they need to ban every public university in our country that teaches our children to hate our country. and they're doing more damage to our kids than TikTok ever will. But in China, they have a different version of TikTok, and they only allow their kids to watch it 1 hour a day. India has banned it. There's many countries that have banned TikTok. They can go.
You want to start living the way that? Hold on a second. You're using the fact that India has banned it as support for your argument. Are you seriously saying that we should start running our government the way they run theirs in India?
Here's what I'm saying.
That was a simple question. Either are you saying that you think that we should pattern the way that we run our country at all, even 1%, based on the way that the government is run in India?
Well, let's ask, why did they ban it?
Let me say this. I could care less about how India runs their government. Because I'm not, if I really wanted to live the way that India did, I'd pack and move to India. Tim, would you be willing to go live in India?
Kerry.
Well, that's a simple question. Would you be willing to live under the rule in India? Probably not a good idea to use India and what India government has done as a support for your argument.
Kerry, India has billions of people in it. You got to ask, why would they ban that? Why would China only let their kids watch a total different version of TikTok for only 1 hour a day?
That's a fair question. So here's the thing. Is TikTok on your phone, Tim?
Hell no.
Oh, why not?
It's on my son's phone.
But hold on. I'm sure. Well, it's on half of the country's phones. But hold on. Why is it not on your phone? Tell me your real reason why it's not on your phone.
The real reason is because the Chinese government can get your facial. They can get all your passwords. They can go in depth.
You know that all of the other apps that are on your phone can do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but they're not owned by China. This is owned by.
So tell me this. It's okay if they're owned by. Hold on a second, Tim. It's okay if, in fact, those other apps have all of that same information and we don't know who those people are and what they're doing with that information. But in this one case, because the Chinese Communist Party actually has provided funding for an organization that might be attached to TikTok, we should worry and delete an app from our phones that is used by half of the people in our country. That's your argument, Tim? Gotcha. Thanks, Tim. We got to go to break. Thanks a lot. Have a great morning. Thanks, Tim. 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. Got to take what appears to be our last break of the morning. It's a very quick break, and we'll be right back.
WADL gets a facelift and is now My 38 Detroit. Along with a facelift comes new programming. On Mondays at 8 p.m., catch a 2-hour block of Law and Order SVU. Tuesdays, Chicago Fire. Wednesdays, Dateline. More Dateline and Chicago PD on Thursdays and on Fridays. You'll get more Chicago PD to start your weekend. We'll still have some of your favorite shows like Mom, Blackish, and Friends. Just adding more for you to enjoy on My 38. The Word Network has been broadcasting inspirational messages around the world since the year 2000, and we keep getting bigger and better and more innovative, seen all around the world. We bring you the best teaching, impartation, singing, and inspiration. If you want original programming, we have that too. The Word Network is your exclusive source for all things inspiration, and we can be found on every device imaginable. If you want to be uplifted and inspired, you need the Word Network.
My 38 is offering a great special that cannot be refused. Are you looking for a great deal on TV advertising? Are you searching for an avenue to get your business name out to the public? With My 38, we are offering a great special with 100 commercial ads for a great price. This offer is for a 30-day ad placement. Please contact Devin C. for more information at 248-357-4566 or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads. The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Good Pods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000 watt urban radio station in town.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside of Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. Let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Isaac. Good morning, Isaac. How are you, young man?
Good morning, sir. I heard you make an erroneous statement. The United States is not trying to take over TikTok. They want the man to divest the company because it's run by the communists.
There are two proposals. It either is to force him to sell to somebody approved of by the United States government, or to simply, and if he refuses to sell, which he's going to refuse to sell, then they want to ban the app in its entirety, not just from state or government-run products, but from your product and mine. The government and the members of Congress actually want to be able to tell Americans, we said, no, you can't use that. Period. And you think what? You believe that these people in DC who can't bother to put two and two together to decide to get rid of a lot of the other problems we got in our country, that they actually, you feel comfortable with them saying, Isaac, we've told you can't do that. We're banning that. You can't use it no more. Everybody's got all of the platforms that you use for phones. You've got to remove all of that from your stores. We're not going to let Americans have that. We're taking away your toy. You feel comfortable with a member of the government deciding not just what Grace said, that we've got secrets we're going to keep from you, but we're going to smack you on the hand and say, we know you like it, but we don't really care. We're taking it away from you, and we're not explaining why.
Hey, see, behind my name is United States Army retired. You people in the
so you done learned how to follow rules before. Y'all, Isaac is what he said is he learned discipline.
Y'all don't know what's going on. That's all.
And as a member of the military, did anybody explain to you, or they simply said, these are your orders, do what you're told, shut up and get in line?
Explain, sir. Look, we don't go out blind. You people don't even know what's going on.
We don't know what's going on because they don't tell you what's going on purpose.
You don't need
it would have, Isaac, let me say this. It would have been so easy this weekend for members of Congress to decide to start to educate the general public about, let me tell you why TikTok's a horrible thing, as opposed to following this. We just decided that we're mad at the owner. We're mad at the folks at TikTok. Y'all have something up your sleeve. We don't know what it is. So we're going to either ban it or we're going to force you to sell it to somebody that we approve of. Isaac, do you honestly think that that's the way our government should be run?
Yours is not the question, but the do.
See, y'all heard Isaac. Isaac is one of them believers that you just do what you told. Let me knock out a couple of more callers, brother. I'll talk to you later. Let's go to Carmen. Good morning, Carmen. How are you, young lady?
I'm doing awesome. On this Monday. I'm totally opposite of what Isaac thinks. I'm not one of those people that I'm going to do what you tell me. I'm going to do my own research and I'm going to figure out what's best for me. And with everything else we have going on, for me, I'm thinking like, why is TikTok overshadowing the banking issues, inflation, stuff like that.
I agree. But why, with all of the other problems we've got to worry about that somebody needs to step up and solve, why is TikTok the most important thing for you to talk about? Why is it even on the agenda for you to talk about?
Right. You still can't figure out how to stop police officers from killing Black people, how to stop, the recidivism rate. You can't figure out none of this stuff, but you can figure out how we shouldn't go on an app for entertainment purposes only.
An app that's used by half of America. Right.
And I guarantee you, the people that are in Congress with all these questions, they have TikTok on their phone. You know how I know? Because they're on TikTok.
Well, it's not just that they have it. It's not just that the members of Congress have it. So does all of their staffers. There's no way. So that their family members have it. Half of our country is using an app, and now they're debating on whether or not we're going to tell you now, after it's gotten to that point, not when 10% of the country used it and 20% used it, but now that half of the country has it, now we're going to have a hearing about whether or not we should ban it. Thanks for calling. Let me see if I can knock out one more call before I run out of time. I'll talk to you later. Let's go to New Tim. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Yes, I'm all right. And how are you doing?
Hanging out and having fun. What's on your mind?
It's all got to do with the money. It's all got to do with the money. Now that everybody got TikTok on their phone, and that guy over in China and made all that, and he made all that money. Now the United States will tax him and get some of that money back. It's all got to do with the money. They're talking about that, the bankings and the school shooting and things like that. That can be pushed to the side. We got to get this money back. We want some of that money. Run that money. If you don't run that money, we're going to take over your company, and we're going to come up with our own version of TikTok. But first, we got to scare everybody and let them know how dangerous TikTok is. And like you said, half of the people in Congress and their staff got TikTok on their thing. Yeah, I bet you Trump even got TikTok on his phone.
I'm sure that he has it. I'm sure that members of his family and his staff have it. Again, 150 million out of 338 million is a pretty sizable chunk of our country. And for them now to decide that they're going to worry about it. Let me ask you, is TikTok on your phone?
Yes, it is, but I'm not afraid of TikTok.
I'm not afraid. Are you afraid of any of the apps that are on your phone?
No, I'm not.
Do you know anybody who takes their phone and locks it away in some sort of, some sort of lead covered box or any of that other stuff when they get home? Or does everybody carry their phones with them wherever they go? They leave it out so that if somebody remotely, any of the 40 apps that are on your phone, if they want to remotely turn your phone on and listen, they can. Do any of you, are you scared of your phone, or you gotten to that point where you're like, I'm going through my day and I'm not worried about any of that crap?
No, because I deal with people with common sense. There's two sides. There's two types of people. Common people like Isaac, and common people with sense, like people got sense in their brains, like Grace. You're dealing with two types of people. Common people who going to do as they told, and common sense people who going to investigate. People who got sense enough to think on their own and not to do what they are told to do.
Well, that's all that I'm asking. I'm out of time this morning, but listen. The whole point of doing the show is to ask y'all just to think it through and to try and figure out why somebody wants to lead you into that direction of being scared of an app on your phone. Thanks for calling this morning. Next up, State Representative Jewel Jones, either here or a member of the foundation, will be here to bring you information and inspiration from 7 to 9 this morning, followed by Attorney Anthony Adams. I forgot to print out what Anthony's show is about, but I'm sure that they'll be discussing politics, culture, and the community from 9 to 11. Just a reminder, tomorrow is Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we have a pre-recorded show in my slot, but I will be back live and in person with you Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning at 6 o'clock later this week. Y'all get out, have a great day, stay safe. Whether it is snowing or raining or 40 or 50, stay safe, because I look forward to talking to each and every one of y'all later this week. Have a great day.